everyone, welcome to class. Well, this mall is pretty dead right now, I must admit. A lot of the businesses are closed, but I'm on the way to a pharmacy. Now, as we know, pharmacies typically sell medications and things like that, but they have also in recent years come to start stocking all kinds of other items, such as foods and snacks and even beauty products. So I'm gonna go in here and see if I can find some vegan things. I know I have in the past, so let's give it another try and see how it goes. You guys coming? Let's go. All right, so in the first aisle here, right away, we see some eyelashes. Now you gotta be really careful to read the label because they actually take mink fur as eyelashes sometimes. But thankfully, you can see that this is vegan, so that's great. That's something you could buy if you want to buy that kind of thing. I don't suggest it, actually. I suggest you go the most natural way possible. Be your authentic self. But, you know, sometimes we need a little touch up, and okay, here's a brush. Let's make sure that this is vegan too, that it's not made of any horse hairs or any other animal hairs such as rabbit. And okay, check the label. You see the vegan there, cruelty-free. So out of all of the products, this says 100% synthetic. So if you have to buy something like this, that would be something that you could go for. Okay, so if you go into a pharmacy and you are there because you have some sort of an injury, you need a pair of crutches or you need some bandages or whatever, most things are probably fine. You got some canes there and you got different bandages. You want to look for things that don't have silk in them and no wool. If you need something like nail clippers, you're probably fine too. Just be careful when you're buying bandages that have glue on them that, you know, you can try as much as possible to get the vegan ones. Sometimes glue is not vegan, but you do the best that you can. Now off in the distance you can see a bunch of stuffed animals. Be careful when you read the labels to make sure that it's not made out of cat hair. I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes they actually rip the hair off of cats in China and they put them on these animals. So be careful. You want to look for synthetic materials like polyester, acrylic, and so on. If you're looking for something to read, you can usually find something in a pharmacy like this. Forks Over Knives. This is a plant-based magazine. Everything in here is vegan. Even these, what they look like meatballs, but they're not. They're made out of plants. So that's something you can buy for somebody. It can be a stocking stuffer, or you can give it as a gift to somebody who's in the hospital or whatever. Just, it's a good thing to keep handy. You can just even buy it for yourself if you want to. Sometimes it's fun to just hold something made out of actual paper and not just read online. And these articles here, these little kind of snippets of interesting information are written by doctors. You can see at the bottom there that this is signed by a doctor and that they're reminding you that carbs are actually good. It just depends how much and what kinds. And this is also another article, and it's reminding you that you do not need milk, cheese. You can have other kinds of cheese that is plant-based, that is vegan, that is ethical, and you know, you're just gonna be perfectly fine without eating dead animal body parts. So if you're looking for something to read and you're in the pharmacy, you can grab this. All right, let's go and look for a snack. Here we go. All right, these are really delicious, and this company seems to be vegan. I know they have other types, they're probably around here somewhere, but this says vegan on the label, and it is yummy. What a great treat. Now over here are some frozen baby foods. Now this seems pretty good. You got bananas and what is that, mango or something, that's fine. And this seems fine too, okay, but what the fuck is this? Who kills a baby and feeds it to another baby? This is a baby lamb. Look at that innocent face. This is absolutely horrific. You should have to ask your child consent before you feed them a dead body. Babies do not want to eat babies. This is also totally fake. There's no such thing as a nice red barn. These animals are tortured on factory farms, ripped away from their families, and treated like objects. This is complete speciesism and it's wrong. Do not feed this to your baby ever. And complain to the store that they even have these things in them. Okay, let me try to calm down and find some, okay, earrings. Yeah, most things made out of silver, I guess they're vegan. I mean, that is something that you could probably buy. And socks are usually vegan. Remember, you're not getting anything with wool and no silk. And usually these things are made with cotton, some elastin, polyester, and that kind of thing. So if you want a quick stocking stuffer, you can get this. Or if you need socks and you're in a pharmacy and you want something vegan, yeah, you could go ahead and get that. All right, let's see if we can find the food. Okay, here's some milk. Yes, silk milk, perfect. Now, silk is not to be confused with silk, the item that is used for clothing. This is just a brand name, and it is made out of almonds, and that's fine. This is vegan, so is this. This is vegan soy milk and vegan oat milk. And I have bought all three of these at one point or another. So these are something you can buy and be happy about it. So, if you're thirsty, just grab one of these, open it up, and just drink it directly from the carton. Now let's say you're hungry and you just have a pita bread that you can also buy here and you want to just add something. Be careful, that says tofu, but it actually has dairy products in it, so don't get that. You can get this though. This is hummus. It's made with chickpeas, tahini, and there are no animal ingredients. So you can just get this and buy some kind of pita breads that you have or some tortillas and just dip that in there and just eat that in your car or while you're walking. It's just something you can grab easily. Another snack that I really like is nuts. Anytime I see nuts like this, it's like, yeah, that's a perfectly great snack. I like to get them. Sometimes I buy chocolate chips and I eat them together. It makes kind of like a chocolate bar type taste, but be careful that you make sure that you read the ingredients just to be sure. You never know. They're sneaky sometimes, but these are pecans and they're fine. Yeah. And if you're interested in chocolate chips, then make sure you get the kind that have no milk in them. So you want to read the ingredients on that as well. So you check out the bag and you go and you flip it over. Semi-sweet is usually what you're looking for. If it says milk on it right away, obviously you know that's not good. If you flip it over and it says cocoa powder and then it says some sugar ingredients, but it says just may contain milk, then you don't have to worry. It doesn't actually contain milk. It's just they have to write that for the purposes of allergies in case it came in contact on the assembly line. But don't worry, you'll be fine. So if you're really hungry and you're only near a pharmacy, this is another thing you can buy. Chocolate chips with some nuts, get yourself some soy milk, you're good to go. Now sometimes I also add some thins like this. These are rice and they are really good. Not exactly the healthiest thing, but if you eat these with chocolate chips and with nuts together, shove them all together in your mouth at the same time, you got a bit of that sweetness and a bit of that sort of a salty flavor, and yeah, good. And if you really want to have a party, add some peanut butter to it. Hey, it's your jar. You can lick directly out of it if you want. It's your jar. Do what you want. But nope, no honey. Never get honey. It's stolen. We don't steal from animals. Peanut butter? Yep. Okay, now what else we got here? No. Death, murder, cheese, no. Oh, this is such a lie. Hate that brand. Orange juice would be fine. And, oh, here's some margarine. Vegan. Perfect. Can't get more clear than that. That's a pretty big label. Get vegan margarine if you want to get some margarine. Don't buy butter. Honestly, it's amazing what you'll find in a drugstore. So here in this pharmacy, there is actually this stuff called Crisco, and it says plant-based, no animal products. So it doesn't have any lard in it. If you want to bake yourself a pie, you can do it. Look at that. Right in your pharmacy. Oh, and of course, more stuffed animals. I love these. They're just plush toys. No animals needed to die. Read the label, of course, to make sure that it is made out of synthetic materials like polyester and things like that. And you can buy a little gift for a friend if you want to. But of course, you know me. I'm pretty cheap, so I never buy these things full brand new. I get them at secondhand stores where they're much cheaper and where I feel it's good because it's recycled. But if you want to buy something brand new, this is what you can get. It looks to me like it has no animal products in it. Yeah, polyester. See that? Such a cutie. Aw, why hurt animals when you don't have to, guys? Aren't they cute? So yeah, in case you haven't figured out, it is right before Christmas around here, and they're selling some Santa hats. So we want to make sure there's no wool and no silk. We're looking again for man-made materials. This says new material. Doesn't exactly tell us what it is there, but it doesn't feel like wool, it doesn't feel like silk, so you're probably fine if you want to buy a Santa hat like that. Oh, and more baby food. Okay, now this seems to be okay. It seems to be all just organic, different fruits and veggies. The only thing I don't like about this is the packaging. That's a lot of plastic that's going into the environment. You know, you're better off to just buy stuff in bulk and just put it in jars for your baby and feed them with an actual spoon. Like, this is so much plastic. We got to preserve the planet for the next generation. Your baby will be happy if they don't have this. I mean, I could see maybe in an emergency, whatever that is, but no, don't get that. But good news, Oreos are vegan. Isn't that exciting? Now, you could argue that they have palm oil, and there's a whole debate about buying palm oil. But, you know, if you're just looking, you know, you're a new vegan and you want some cookies, yes, you can get these. They don't contain any eggs. They don't contain any milk. And even this one's vegan. Isn't that fun? I mean, again, I don't buy this stuff because it's so much sugar and oil. But, you know, for you guys who are new vegans, you can indulge in this. Just like I said, go get some soy milk and drink directly out of the soy milk carton, and you got yourself a great snack. Now, we saw the plant-based milks before in the fridge, but these ones are okay at room temperature, and they're actually in a smaller amount. This is just 1 liter. So these are also things you can stock up on. You can even keep them handy. They don't have to be in the fridge, and anytime you're thirsty, just get this. Don't get Coke and all that crap. Get something healthy. I mean, even rice milk is better than Coke. Here you've got some soy milk. I know it takes a bit of getting used to have it without any sugar in it, but I love it. Now I can just drink this by the cup. It did take me quite a while to get used to it, but if I can do it, you can too. Okay, now we're getting to the section that I call the frozen candy section. You've got pineapples here. Nothing added, nothing taken away. They're just cut up pineapple bits. You can buy this, open it up, and eat the whole thing. I mean, why not? If you really want whole foods, you can find them right here at a pharmacy. Isn't this fascinating? I mean, just think about it. Buy this for your kids instead of all the other stuff. Just buy them each a bag of these and they can rotate them. Got berries in there. And if you leave them at room temperature for a while, no, they're not as hard. But if they're frozen, that's fine. Just think of it as a kind of popsicle type thing. Even avocado slices. I mean, this stuff is nutritious. Whole foods, that's what you're looking for. What else have we got over here? Mangoes, look at that. Mango pieces right in the pharmacy. How cool is this? Yeah, I would totally buy this if I was going on a trip somewhere, let's say on a road trip, and there was a pharmacy and there was, you know, just I wanted to buy this. Oh yeah, and also this brand, be careful. The Magnum does have 2 brands. This one says what does it say? Non-dairy? Okay, yeah, non-dairy. That's what you're looking for. Oh, this one is so good. So these are basically ice creams on a stick, but be careful. You don't want to get that one. You want to get the one, it looks like it has the green leaves on it. Non-dairy. No cows needed to be harmed. That's the kind you're getting. Now, Ben & Jerry's, again, you have to look for the lid where it says non-dairy at the top. That's the one you want to get. Don't get the other one, because they take the baby cows away from their mothers and they murder them so that they can steal the milk and make ice cream. But this kind is okay. So I don't understand why the pharmacy doesn't just only have this kind. That's what their moral responsibility is, to just have the non-dairy kind. Everyone can eat them. Everyone can eat these. The other kind, not everyone can eat. And chips. Okay, so many chips are actually not vegan. They contain milk, but this brand, this Lay's, is plain, and as you can see, it's basically just oil, potatoes, and salt. So you can buy this. Yeah, it's not very healthy, again, but you know, if you buy this and you eat the fruit, you're okay. What else we got here? Jam. Jam is vegan. That's good. If you want to make yourself a sandwich, just buy some bread in the store here. Buy a jar of peanut butter and buy a bunch of this. Just dump it on there and make yourself a sandwich. Ketchup, yes, vegan. Yeah, mustard, it's vegan. And sauerkraut, buy that. It's good. It's good for you. And pickles, be careful. Don't get them if they have too much sugar in them. Sliced beets, yeah, that's fine. And what was that? Olives, yeah, and beans. Be careful when you get beans. You have to look to make sure that there are no dead animal products and there, no bacon, no lard. You want to get the kind that just says beans, and you know, of course they add sugar to this, which is just nuts. But you know, if you're hungry, you want to eat something straight out of the can, you can buy that. I suggest you have a can opener with you everywhere. Have one in your car, have one in your backpack. At any time you're hungry, just buy these and eat them directly out of the can. If you're stuck in a hospital somewhere and there's nothing to eat, make sure you have cans of food beside you. Chickpeas, beans, all different kinds. You can also buy lentils, and you have whole foods ready to go. Same thing for these type of things, okay? If you're really stuck and you're vegan, you want to eat healthy foods, and you're at a pharmacy, look, you can just get here beans and peas and carrots. I mean, it is better than eating dead animals. So just buy this. Mushrooms, you can eat that. And here, if you want to make yourself a spaghetti sauce, then you can buy some tomatoes, which is great. Here we have English muffins, 100% whole wheat. Again, we're checking to make sure there's no eggs or no milk products, and this seems to be fine. So you can buy this, And if you keep a knife with you in your knapsack, you can just open up the jar of peanut butter. There's also some almond butter if you want. Spread that on there. Throw a couple of pieces of fruit on there or some jam, and you're good to go. This is fine to eat. Same as these tortilla shells. Just make sure, like I said, to read the ingredients every time. You never know. Sometimes the brand changes and they sneak stuff in there. But usually these are pretty okay. And you know, it doesn't take a lot of money to be vegan. People say, oh, it costs so much money, but it really doesn't. Some of the poorest people on earth are vegan. You can take this, you can dump that can of beans that you just saw with the maple syrup in it, and just shove that in that, and that's delicious. Look, you gotta start getting creative. All right, what else we got? Okay, if you want to have spaghettini or spaghetti, most of these pastas are vegan. Again, sometimes they have eggs in them. Don't buy those, but get this one. This, look, durum semolina, and look for the sauce that says only vegan stuff. So tomato and basil, that's good. Don't get the one beside it there. You see it has cheese in it. No, don't get that. But this kind, it should be fine. So, as you can see, the store has tons and tons of vegan options. What else we got? Oh, of course, straight up almonds. Wonderful. Great. Pistachios. Amazing. Yes, all different kinds of flavors. Again, check. Most times though, the spices are fine. You just add some zip to it to give it a little bit of spiciness. Check the label to make sure it's vegan. Okay, so honey roasted, no, you don't want to go with those. All right, here, more whole foods. Okay, so mangoes. Wonderful. Prunes, get some prunes. Eat these with the nuts you had before, maybe with the chocolate chips too. Cranberries, awesome. Just get bags of these, hand one to each of your kids. Apricots, perfect. Dried fruit. So this brand here, you see this? Made Good. These are granola bars and they are vegan. I've read several different packages and different flavors and they all seem to be vegan. They seem to be pretty proud of it. So if you're not sure what to get, you can get these. I've also seen these in different truck stops. Yeah, truck stops have these all the time. You can have fun and be vegan. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed finding vegan foods and different things at the pharmacy. Coming up on the screen right now are going to be a bunch of other videos. Go ahead and click on them. Be curious. Look around That Vegan Teacher's site. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Let's follow That Vegan Teacher on YouTube right now.